Why does Russia want Ukraine's Donbass? December 13, 2025. When Russia invaded Ukraine in 2014, it annexed Crimea and moved troops into eastern Ukraine, focusing primarily on the Donbass region, which includes the Donetsk and Luhansk oblasts. More than a decade later, Moscow continues to seek full control of this territory and has embedded the demand into US-mediated peace talks. Washington has increased pressure on Kiev to accept concessions, while Russia's commitment would amount only to halting further advances. U.S. President Donald Trump stated that Russia's big concession would be stopping the fighting and not taking additional land. Ukraine, however, faces demands involving security guarantees, control of the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant, and the future of the Donbass. Moscow insists that Ukraine withdraw entirely from Donbass, including areas of Donetsk and Luhansk regions that Russia has failed to occupy. Kremlin foreign policy aide Yuri Ushakov has falsely claimed that the entire Donbass belongs to Russia. According to leaked proposals, Russia also seeks U.S. recognition of Donbass as Russian territory. Who controls Donbass? After years of fighting, nearly all of Ukraine's Luhansk region is under Russian occupation. The situation differs in Donetsk, where Ukrainian forces still control around 6,600 square kilometers. The Institute for the Study of War estimates that, even at its current pace, Russia would not fully capture Donetsk until at least August 2027. Ukraine has heavily fortified the area over the past decade, creating a fortress belt stretching roughly 50 kilometers through western Donetsk. This includes extensive trenches, minefields, and anti-tank defenses. After Russia captured cities such as Bakhmut and Avdiivka, Kiev adjusted and reinforced its defensive lines. Economic importance of Donbass. Before 2014, Donbass was Ukraine's industrial heartland, hosting major metallurgical, coal, and chemical enterprises. The region accounted for about 15.7% of Ukraine's GDP and nearly 15% of its population. Between 2014 and 2021, Ukraine lost more than $80 billion due to Russian occupation, roughly 8% of its pre-war GDP annually. Earlier this year, Ukraine's last operating coal mine in the region shut down. The U.S. has proposed establishing a free economic zone in Ukrainian-controlled parts of Donbass, a move President Volodymyr Zelensky says would require Ukraine to withdraw from the territory. Will Ukraine withdraw? Zelensky has warned that such a plan lacks clarity on governance and security. He questioned what would prevent Russian forces from covertly taking over a demilitarized zone. While he did not rule out compromise, he stressed it must be fair and approved by the Ukrainian people through elections or a referendum. Between 2014 and 2021, at least 2 million Ukrainians fled Donbass due to the fighting, while a similar number remained under Russian occupation, according to the UN. By Euronews story by Sasha Vakulina, December 13, 2025.